Alright, so let's go back to my childhood. Well, would it really have been my childhood? Yeah, close enough. Would have been close enough my childhood. So, Broken Sword Shadows of the Templar was the first of the Broken Sword games. Thoroughly enjoyed it. Played the crap out of this game. Reminded me of my childhood games like Maniac Mansion or any of the LucasArts games, the point-and-click adventures. And I didn't even know this was a thing. I didn't know they had remastered this as well as the others, so I'll probably be doing those as well. But as we know, these were challenging games. I will not be using any guides, so sometimes you just got to test it, see how it goes. So let's see what they've done. Okay, what? I like the incidental actions you try to remove. We'll keep it classic. Yeah, we'll keep it classic. Hey, Artemis, how are you? Okay, yeah. Wow. Is this really bringing me through all this? It's bringing me through all this again. That's fine. Okay. So are we done? I know all these things.
Paris in the
Oh,
fall,
story time.
the last months of the year and the end of the millennium. The city holds many memories for me, of cafes, of music, of love, and of death.
Eating a watermelon popsicle. That actually sounds good. Don't know why it's telling me my stream's unstable when it's not. I'm trying something for the first time. I'm actually dual streaming. Oh, a clown. But it's not art. Boom. Stream looks good to you, right, Artemis? I don't know why it's telling me that my stream's unstable.
As I picked myself up, all I could hear was the ceaseless drone of traffic. Life went on around me. But the explosion was to change my life forever.
I'm trying to see what it looks like for me. Because it looks like I keep getting tunneled out in DVD. I mean, here's the thing, and I've got a killer's perspective on this. If a team is going like all out to gen rush, you know, they've all got toolboxes and you're a minute and a half into the match and they've already got, okay, I'll wait for ads. So we know when ads are over. What's up, Alex? How are you?
I considered straightening the table, but I figured it best not to disturb the evidence. The table had been overturned by the explosion.
It's really cool. Ads are done now? Awesome.
The umbrella had protected me from the bomb blast, but it was of no use to me now.
Okay, so the whole tunneling thing,
I contemplated crawling under the umbrella and pretending none of this had ever happened.
that might be a good idea. So the thing about tunneling, like I said, as a killer main, if they're gen rushing, I will tunnel.
I considered straightening the table, but I figured it best not to disturb the evidence.
If, but I have different
The
rules
table
as a
had been
killer too.
overturned by the explosion.
I usually don't chase somebody for more than like 15 seconds.
I tried not to meet his stare as I searched the dead man's pockets. No wallet, no papers, no credit cards. The guy's past was a blank page. The sight of the dead guy's staring eyes turned my knees to jelly. I needed a stiff drink, but I hated the taste of brandy.
Yeah, she probably didn't
A
taste too good.
mysteriously
Oh, the liquor.
undamaged bottle of
Oops.
spirit stood on the bar.
Okay. You alive? Are the ads still popping up like that fast? I've got them set to the absolute minimal.
Oh, my head. Never again. How much vodka did I drink? Oh, no, don't tell me. What is your name, Sherry?
George Stobart, ma'am.
Oh, American.
She asked the question quite innocently, but I could sense her reserve. It was something which seemed to afflict all Europeans. You look like you could use a little help.
I could use a little drink. I feel sick,
Why does
dizzy, and bruised. I don't even remember the party.
Just relax and take it easy. You've been knocked out.
You don't say. What happened?
There's been an
I don't know.
explosion.
I have no idea why.
You should try not to move.
They
Are
are
you a
set to the
doctor?
absolute minimum. I missed what I was supposed to do, so we're just gonna give thumbs up.
Yes, I am. I studied under Dr. Benton.
Who is he?
Only one of the most brilliant medical minds on this planet. He taught me everything I know about medicine.
I guess I disagreed. I'm a doctor.
Can you remember anything at all?
No. I need a drink. Pour me a brandy.
Sure.
Is that straight or with ice?
Just give me the bottle with a cheat on it.
I guess a little drop won't hurt.
This is also being simulcasted, so if you were to look up allegedly gaming on YouTube, it's on there
That's
too.
better.
She knocked back the brandy as if it was water. I'm
I don't
glad
think
I wasn't picking
I don't
up
think
the
there would
check.
be any ads there.
What about the old man? Is he dead?
Yes, he is.
Oh, mon Dieu. I've never seen a real life corpse before. Except for Grandmaman. That was different. She was family. Has he gone stiff?
I shouldn't think so. He's only been dead a few minutes. Do you remember what happened when the clown entered?
I remember that horrible tune he played all right. It was like a funeral dirge.
I'd never liked accordion music either.
Why does it sound like they're coming through a tunnel? Is there like a setting I'm missing or something?
Did you know the old man?
No, monsieur. I never saw him before.
Did the clown speak to the old man?
No, he just laughed at him. Then he grabbed the old man's briefcase and ran out of the door.
Did you see what the old man had in his briefcase?
No, he didn't open it.
How did the old man behave?
Well, agitated. He kept looking about him at the door, at his watch.
As if he was waiting for someone?
Yes, I suppose so. He was worried about something, that's for sure. If you ask me, he was having an affair. He
Oh.
had that look about him, like a guilty husband.
What did the old man do when the clown snatched his briefcase?
Nothing. He just sat there like he was frozen.
Did the old man try to stop the clown?
Oh, he didn't have a chance. The clown dropped his accordion and ran out of the door. That's it. That's all I can remember.
Stay here, mademoiselle. I'm going to look around for evidence.
Okay, well, I'll also check out sounds. There's not really one, is there? I guess. It's gameplay. So I guess that's just part of it. Okay, I mean that's fine. All right.
The waitress was clearly suffering from shock.
I mean, is there anything else I need to inspect on his body?
I checked his pockets. Nothing. The sight of the dead guy's staring eyes turned my knees to jelly.
There's no other objects I can click on, I don't think. Yeah, there's not a button I can, not like a hot button I can push to find. As far as I can go here, what about outside? Whoa!
Freeze! Hold it, right there.
Oh, don't shoot. I'm innocent. I'm an American.
Don't say
Now
that.
Make up your mind, huh?
I demand to see the American consul.
Drop your weapons and get down on the ground.
Put that thing away, Sergeant Mou. I apologize, monsieur, but I cannot permit you to leave.
Am I under arrest?
Ah, no, I would simply like to ask you some questions. En avant, to the café, marche. What a mess. This bombing is an outrage, is it not?
Stop that, monsieur. Stop holding your breath at once.
Has it occurred to you that he may be dead, Mou?
Oui, monsieur. But I prefer to look on the bright side. Besides, I recall a case where the killer escaped by feigning death.
Don't think that's the case here. Pretty sure he did.
However, in this case, the man
Or
is
he's
quite
unalived.
dead.
Sorry.
Clearly, the killer knew of his presence and...
How many times have I warned you about premature extrapolation? All we know is that he is dead.
It seemed reasonable to assume...
A great detective assumes nothing. Take Maigret, for instance.
But he was a fictitious character, monsieur. Why, he was no more real than Poirot or Tintin.
That's different, Moo. They were comedy Belgians. Anyway, it is unlikely that even you will learn much from talking to the dead. Examine the girl and take her statement, if you can.
I doubt if she is in a fit state for questioning, monsieur. It smells to me as if she has been drinking.
As
Well?
I feared, we have stumbled upon a den of iniquity, Moo.
Leave her to me, sir. I am used to handling drunken women.
I do not doubt that for one moment. Et maintenant, to business. Your name, please?
George Stobart. I'm from California.
And what brings you to Paris, Monsieur Stobart?
Travel. I'm touring Europe.
You chose well. The city is most beautiful at this time of year, no?
Yeah, I guess so, apart from the bomb blasts.
Were you in the vicinity of the cafe at the time of the explosion?
Yeah, I was sitting out on the sidewalk. I was lucky I wasn't killed. The inspector passed over my remark with no reaction.
Did you see the deceased enter the cafe?
Yeah.
Yes, I did.
Was he alone?
Yeah.
And did he say anything to you?
No. He was more interested in the waitress.
Well, I mean, come on. Do
Did
you
you
blame
see
him?
anyone else in the cafe?
Yeah, there was a guy dressed as a clown. He was carrying an accordion.
An accordion? Bon, the picture is forming in my mind, and it is not a pretty one.
Okay.
Is the girl all right, Moo?
She'll live.
He drew
if
a
she
picture just
survives
based on
the
that?
hangover. She
I'd
says
like to
the
have his
American
pencil.
claimed to be a doctor. He forced her to drink the brandy.
I can explain everything.
Can you, monsieur?
Almost everything.
Eh bien, I have heard enough.
What do you mean?
I am satisfied that you know nothing. You may leave. I hope this little incident does not spoil the rest of your vacation.
What about my personal safety? Can't you at least give me some advice?
What can I say? Stay alert and look out for suspicious character.
And don't cross the road until the little man shows green.
Great advice.
Wow.
I honestly believe you are in no danger, monsieur. Should you remember anything of importance, please contact me. My card.
Thanks.
That is all. You may go.
There's not much to go on, monsieur.
On the surface, no. But what lurks inside the subconscious? If the door can only be opened.
Are you serious, monsieur? I thought your interest in psychic detection was purely academic.
Academic? You are about to witness a scientific breakthrough.
Okay. So there's that.
The card read, Augustin Rousseau, and gave an address to the south of the Montparnasse Cemetery. The girl presented a confident but sullen mask to the world, an expression more suited to the face of a delinquent youth.
Excuse me, mademoiselle?
Hi, my name's George Stobart.
Oh, an American by the sound of it.
Yeah, that's right. On holiday in Paris.
God, this
Some
game's
holiday,
great,
huh?
but this
You
audio
were
is
here
killing
when
me.
the bomb went off?
Sure was. Sat right out front of the cafe.
Did you notice a middle-aged man, maybe 60, with an hat and overcoat?
The dead
I
guy?
couldn't believe it. She hadn't even asked how I was feeling.
Yeah, I've seen him.
He went inside just before the bomb exploded. You weren't related to him, were you?
Oh no, nothing like that. I am Nicole Collard from La Liberté.
Well, what's that, some kind of nightclub?
No, it is a newspaper.
You're a reporter?
I'm a freelance photojournalist.
Say, you can interview me about the bombing. You know, an eyewitness account. Minutes after the outrage that shook the whole of Paris. You know, real-life drama, human interest, that kind of stuff.
I'll just stick to the facts, thank you.
Oh,
Did
wow.
you see who planted the bomb?
A reporter
I
sticking
know
to
it sounds
facts.
crazy, but he was dressed like a clown.
Oh God, it's him again.
Okay.
Have you met the clown before?
It's a long story.
I have plenty of time.
I don't.
Who was the guy you were supposed to meet?
His name was Planter. I didn't know him, but he called me last night. He said he had a story which would interest me. He asked me to meet him at the cafe. I guess I'll never know what he wanted to tell me.
Not unless you have Rosso's gift for psychic interrogation. Why won't you tell me about this clown?
Why do you want to get involved?
Because he almost killed me. Isn't that reason enough?
I guess so. Listen, I'll give you my phone number.
I would think so.
You help me with my story, and I'll let you in on what I know. And let's get one thing straight right now. This is strictly business.
Okay, it's a deal.
I have to go develop these pictures. À bientôt, monsieur.
Fine, I'll, see you soon.
So I didn't get to ask about the rest of the people. And talk to this idiot again. I'm glad they kept him around for future games.
You heard the inspector. Go on, monsieur.
Did you find the victim's briefcase yet?
No, sir. The inspector gave me specific instructions to guard this door. Until he countermands these orders or backup arrives, here I stay.
I really did see the clown. He ran into the alley across the street.
Did you follow him?
That's your job, not mine.
An armed chase through the streets of Paris? That's not our style, monsieur. Inspector Rosso may be unorthodox, but he's not crazy.
Okay.
How did you and Rosso arrive at the scene of the explosion so quickly? You arrived within minutes. Was it a tip-off?
Inspector Rosso's sources are a perpetual mystery to me, monsieur. There are some who say he has made a pact with the devil.
And what do you think?
I think he is the devil.
Oh wow, I got raided. It didn't tell me. Thank you for the raid. I'm so sorry about that. Welcome in, raiders. My bad. For the first time dual streaming, and I did not see the raid. So I do appreciate the raid. I wish I knew how to pronounce that. Deuce Kane? Again, I do appreciate the raid. I'm glad I decided to check. Let's set this up a little different so I can see that. I thoroughly appreciate that. So yeah, welcome in. Classic game. Follows along the lines of, you know, your old LucasArts point-and-click adventures. And this was apparently remade, and I didn't know that. And I was just browsing through the games, and I already own all these, but I noticed that they had remastered. So here we are. So yeah, welcome in. My name's Dale. Obviously the channel's allegedly gaming, but that's a Letterkenny reference. Cause yeah, I'm usually gaming, but it's allegedly. So yeah, y'all, anybody, you know, feel free to chat. Welcome in. I do check chat. It didn't tell me about the raid.
What is Rosso doing with that girl?
He is giving her the once-over, as you Americans say.
Huh?
Once he gets his teeth into a case, nothing will shake him off.
Was he serious
Really?
about all that psycho detective stuff?
Oh my God! Thank you for that.
Inspector Rosso is a pioneer and a visionary. His revolutionary methods, once perfected, may change the face of law enforcement forever.
I can't see it taking off in L.A.
Yeah, I'll tell you what. Let me fix that real quick. I thought I'd fix that a while back. I can fix that right now. where, let's see, that would be settings, channel. I'm changing the access so you don't have to be a follower to chat. I'm trying to fix that. I thought I'd fixed it a while back. It's... There we go. Off. Alright, should be fixed now. So we got that. Okay, so it is off. I'm the exact same way, Ravi. I started with Maniac Man. I'm 41. So I started off on NES with Maniac Mansion, loved it. Then I went to... it's possible, yeah, because I had it turned off. But yeah, I did get it fixed. So maybe if people refresh or whatever. Oh yeah, Maniac Mansion. I've done a playthrough of that as well. Of course, I didn't VOD it for some reason, but I did a playthrough of that. I did a playthrough of the remake, the original, and I've got a new game. Yeah, I know, right? I hit 41 back in end of August. But I've done those. I've done, you know, I like, obviously I've done all the Monkey Island. Some of my favorite is Monkey Island. Matter of fact, I'm a big fan of Sea of Thieves, and when they came out with the, I couldn't believe it when I saw that they teamed up with Monkey Island. That was incredible. But yeah, matter of fact, I remember when I did the Maniac Mansion, I did the unedited, the one that they didn't release in America. Or Nintendo. Nintendo made them take out the exploding hamster in the microwave where it would warn you, don't do this, that's too graphic. Or when you'd pull back the shower and it'd say, okay, now there's the good news. There's the good news. I'm the same way. I would love to continue playing Sea of Thieves, especially with a new update. But my crew dropped out as well. But here's the good news about those. You don't have to be in a party to play those. At all. You can solo it. Nobody's going to sink your ship. It's not like you're going island to island. It's just a story. You go and you pick which story, which chapter you want to play. It automatically, you sail into a certain area and automatically you're brought to Monkey Island. And you can be by yourself. And it is a complete nod to the original. And I was very lucky to have remembered a lot of what I did because the exact same mechanics in Monkey Island you had to do in Sea of Thieves, but in a 3D landscape, obviously. So, yeah. Definitely, if you haven't done it yet, and you've still got Sea of Thieves, check it out. Because, yeah, you can solo that. You don't have to have a party. You're not going to get sunk. You're not going to lose your stuff. None of that. And it keeps up with your progression. Because, like, I wasn't able to finish one of the chapters one night. But when I came back, it kept my progression. So, another good feature they added. Plus, of course, I was a total sap and had to buy all the Monkey Island skins just because.
I was one of the last people to see the victim alive, Sergeant.
I'd like that tab option. That's cool.
Yes, it does. I feel I owe it to him to find his killer.
That is
Man.
best left to the authorities, monsieur. Did he speak to you? Tell you anything?
Doesn't it just show the
No,
progression?
He just grinned and nodded.
Don't let it trouble you, monsieur. Go home and try to forget.
And I mean, even that, even though I'm tabbed and it's showing like the classic, because Monkey Island did the same thing. But this just shows you the progression, because you got to remember, you know, even though it's, quote, what it looked like back then, it's not. Because back then you were looking at a, you know, you weren't looking at a HD TV. So, this is really cool, though.
I know the identity of the dead guy. His name was Plantar.
Is that so? You knew him, did you?
No, but
We'll know everything there is to know about him soon enough.
I'm trying to be helpful here.
The best way you can help us is to go home, monsieur.
Okay.
See you later, Sergeant.
I think we go talk to this guy. Now, it's been, what, 20 years?
It was a huge and weighty-looking engineer's telephone.
That's awesome. I can't wait till I get to that. But I did not see that this isn't the only one they remastered, right? Because, like I said before, I own the entire collection. 1 through 5 and all the episodes of Serpent's Curse. But this isn't the only one they remastered, right? Didn't they remaster like 2 and 3 as well? Because whenever I was like choosing the game to go live, it looked like they had remade multiple.
It was a battered metal toolbox.
Well, if they did, I'll be getting them.
Hey, stop that! Get away from there!
Why don't you just let me steal your stuff, man?
What do you think you're doing?
Stealing?
was-
I'm American.
Admiring your toolbox.
Oh, wait? Had a good look, have you? I'm warning you, if you touch it, I'll crack your nut.
Whoa! You gonna crack my what?
Okay, I get your point.
You keep that pickaxe over there, buddy. Can I use your phone? Is that cool?
Don't touch that phone!
Sorry.
He's gonna crack my nut. Okay.
The muscular workman wore a morose expression, like a silent warning.
Yeah, I don't know how it came out under the radar without me seeing it. Because I own, I think last count, like 530 something games on Steam. And it's usually got a pretty good algorithm about keeping me updated about what comes out or suggestions or what I need to watch, or, what's coming up. This was not one. I just so happened to be scrolling down, the doom scroll of Steam. Like, okay, is there anything interesting out? Like, I've already played Silent Hill 2, but is there something new? And, this was on there. Honestly, I wouldn't put myself in the category of super fan, but borderline. Because I remember even not being able to find part 4, I want to say it was. I didn't even know it existed. And I had to special order it off a website, like on disc, for my PC. And then when the collection came out on Steam, heads up, if you don't know what instant gaming is, look into it. I think you can buy the entire collection, 1 through 5. Obviously not including this remake. But 1 through 5, I do believe, was like less than $10. Like, because I checked for this on instant gaming before I bought it. I usually get all my, that's how my library is so large, is I catch all the Steam sales, and I also constantly check instant gaming.
Hey, you!
I thought you'd been arrested.
No, it was a misunderstanding.
When he pulled that gun, gah! I thought that was it. Those automatics pack quite a punch, you know?
He made a mistake. He thought I was a terrorist.
You? A terrorist? Ha!
He was only doing his duty, I guess.
And I will say, out of all 5, this is my favorite one. I wanted to stream the first one time, because it was a remake too, so to speak, but not to this extent. But for some reason, I couldn't get the settings right in the game to stay full screen. I'm sure if I'd have dug deeper, I could have, but...
Did you see an old guy with a briefcase?
Wait, silly old coot.
Oh, I
Do you
got
know
one for
what
y'all.
He said to me,
Let me look.
work fascinates me, he says. I could watch it all day. Quelle bite. I could have knocked this block off.
One of my favorite series, because I also like the books. I would still say Monkey Island would take number 1. No, correction. I actually used to write for a website for game reviews, and Maniac Mansion is my number 1 as far as point and click. Just, it's always going to be. Number 2 would be Monkey Island, and then number 3 would be, for sure, without a doubt, Discworld. Terry Pratchett's Discworld. Because I love British humor. I love it. And the premise that you're playing Rincewind, a wizard who literally has no magical ability. He can only do one spell. He doesn't know how to cast it, but he did it once, and it caused all kinds of devastation. And you had a lot of amazing voice actors for those games, for the Discworld games. Part 1 in particular. Yeah, Discworld 2 was good. Discworld 3, Noir, not so much. I mean, it kind of gave you an idea of like a different side of Discworld. But I've always liked all point and click. Like, and it's hard to find a good one. Like, I was so stoked for the new Monkey Island. Oh, anything Pratchett. Anything Pratchett's legendary. Rest in, yeah, rest in peace. Because I remember he was doing a book signing tour, and he was going to be close enough to my location that I planned on going, and then he passed. You do know that Pratchett wrote Dark Side Detective games? I don't believe so. I don't believe so. But I'm not for sure. Like, which one is one of the most well known that might know? But yeah, he was on a book signing tour, and like a couple weeks before that, he passed away. So I wasn't able. But I also found out that he was doing that book signing tour while also suffering dementia. Oh, okay, wait, whoa. So that's why I wasn't sure. Dark Side Detectives, I've played and beat the first one. I've got the second one, but I've yet to start it. Yeah, I do have that. Yeah, I have the first. I have both of them, but I've only played and beat the first one. I think I started the second one, but again, I tend to suffer from video game ADHD, where if a lot comes out all at once, like right now, I should be jumping into like finishing Silent Hill 2, which is obviously incredible. I should possibly be, my guild is rating right now on World of Warcraft. I should probably, but I saw this in my feed and I was like, well, you know, King's Quest I do have of the remake, and that's one I haven't played either. I've got, like, I tell you, I've got over 500 games, but probably only played like 100 of them. And again, with the ADHD, I'll suffer so bad from that.
Did you recognize the old man?
No. Should I have done? Was he a celebrity?
No, but I guess he is now. His name was Plantar.
Was? He's dead then?
Yeah.
Yeah, that would be the
too
assumption.
Bad. Now I wish I hadn't called him what I did. If only I could turn back the clock. If only I'd been more tolerant.
Regret and remorse are strange emotions. They really bring out the hammiest actors in people.
There we go. Just fixing something else. Okay.
Did you see a clown come by this way?
A clown? Like in a circus?
Yeah, with makeup.
No,
big
like
red
the one,
nose.
the one at the
Oh.
nail place.
Those guys are funny, aren't they?
Not in my experience.
I love the circus, especially the horses.
You haven't answered my question. Have you seen a clown?
You think I've got time to watch everyone who passes by? Some of us have to work for a living.
Honestly, there are some like, is it Pajama Sam? Complete kids game, but great point and click game. Yeah, some of them are for quote kids, but sometimes I'm a big kid, especially when it comes to point and click. Yeah, see what I mean? It's a kid's game, but it's fun, especially to us that, well, I mean, I guess to all, but especially to us older. Yeah, there is, and that's really rare for a point and click. That's not common at all for it to have any kind of replayability. Yeah, that's what Fox One is. I used to have the Scum VM was what I had to use to run a lot of the old programs on my computer that you couldn't find copies of.
Look, I know you're busy, but surely you'd have noticed a clown.
I told you already. I didn't see a thing.
He was wearing multicolored baggy trousers and makeup.
He'd be a poor sort of clown if he didn't.
I'll also say if they ever remake, I agree with that, and that's what I was going to say. I'm glad to see they remade part 1 and 2 of Monkey Island. And Monkey Island 3 is on the line of, like, these kind of visuals. And it had, you know, audio. You actually heard people speak. But I wouldn't mind seeing a remaster of Monkey Island 3, because that was probably my favorite. I mean, we're always going to love the original, because we're introduced to all the characters. But, like, 3 is probably my favorite. I definitely did not like the 3D world, like, episodic one. I mean, I played them, I beat it, but I wasn't too much of a fan.
Listen, I have to find that clown. He's a killer.
Say, who are you anyhow? A cop?
No, of course not. I mean, do I look like a cop?
No, but you act like one, sticking your nose in where it's not wanted.
Look, man, you told me you was going to hit me in the nuts.
Killer? Did you see him in action?
Didn't you hear the explosion? The cafe was blown up.
The clown killed the old man?
That's right. Blew him up with a bomb concealed in his squeeze box.
Merde. But why did he go to the bother of dressing up like a clown?
Who can unravel the tangled logic of a killer's mind? I guess it's some deep-seated psychological need. Or just plain showmanship.
Yes, actually I did. I've got Pentiment because it's on Game Pass. And I have a terrible addiction with video games. I mean, obviously I work full-time, but when I'm off, and I'm married, I got kids, but when I'm off, my downtime to mellow out, much like, you know, growing up as a kid, you know, Dad would watch the news or stuff like, well, my downtime, my decompression, because I work in a pretty serious business. Exactly. It's a stress relief. I separate work from home, and I work in a very high stress environment, just out of the danger. But when I get home, something completely insane could have happened at work. Like, unfathomable. But then I get home and I sit down in my chair. My wife is, how was work? It was work. The gaming to me just relieves all that. Can I use that?
Take a look at this.
You told me you weren't a cop.
Don't shout about it. I'm working undercover.
Oh.
Who are you looking for?
That's confidential. I gotta go.
Don't let me keep you.
Set into the huge gate was a smaller access door.
You gonna hit me with a...
The door was securely locked.
Okay. I'm not gonna go further up that way, but again, been a while. Kind of wander around and see what I got to do, because I did put it in classic mode, so it's not going to give me hints unless I ask.
I considered climbing the lamppost, but it was an iron lamppost.
Why does that look like Mario? Am I the only one? Does this poster right here not look like Mario? Like, back then, obviously nothing except for the swimsuit, but Nintendo coming for you. They already going after Power World over a mechanic. Get out of here. That's what, yeah, it's Mario's. It's like the fire version of Mario. And it's even got little horns. Sports something. He's got the hat, the mustache. So he's like the French version of Mario. Oh yeah, again, I've got all those.
There was nothing of interest. It was a plastic crate. It was an iron cover concealing the entrance to a drain or sewer.
Sam and Max are great. I mean, we could even go back as far and talk about Toonstruck. Do you remember Toonstruck? Loved that game, but you'll never see that anywhere. Or how about Blazing Dragons?
I examined the boxes closely. They were damp and smelly and decidedly empty.
I am definitely a lifelong gamer. Like,
It smelled like someone had dumped a truckload of fish in a locker room on a hot summer afternoon.
thanks for the description. That made me definitely not want to eat. Well, it should be thankful. It was stuck in there. Yep.
I tried to lift the cover with my fingers, but couldn't gain any leverage.
So it leads to a puzzle. Another thing people didn't know about games like this is that you weren't done talking to people. Things would change.
Excuse me, Sergeant.
Please go.
See you later, Sergeant.
Sometimes just that simple interaction on that other screen, come back, talk to them, dialogue has changed.
Hey, you!
What do you want now?
Haha. See?
What's in the toolbox?
What's in the toolbox? As if you didn't know. What's the big deal about tools, anyhow?
They're cool. Tools are civilization.
You don't say.
That's right. Tools are what distinguish us from other animals.
Who are you calling an animal? I've met your sort before. Looking down your nose at me because I'm working class, huh? I've a good mind to knock your block off.
I don't think I did. I don't. It's like I did get the Full Throttle remaster. No, I don't think I played the Robin Hood one. Because on my I know on my list to replay for the remaster is Full Throttle.
What kind of tools do you keep in your box?
Huh? You really are interested in tools?
Sure. Like
Sierra
I said,
put out some good games.
Tools are...
Yeah, civilization.
God, I can still see
So
the
you
logo.
keep saying,
So, are you gonna show them to me?
am I? Why you?
Their
Oh,
height,
come
their
on.
height was back
Just a
during
little
like
peek.
I've got
3DO.
work to do. Find someone else to bother.
Do you have a tool for lifting manhole covers?
As it happens, I do.
Cool. Lend it to me, just for a few minutes.
No,
Oh, come on.
no. Get your own.
Let me explain what I'm going to do with your manhole lifting tool.
This could
Let
turn
me
dark.
Explain what I'm going to do with my pick.
Woo! It's turning dark quick.
Oh, hey, forget it. I'll come back when you're in a better mood.
It doesn't get any better than this.
I gotta go.
Don't let me keep you.
God, it's so wild. Really? I'm gonna have to look that up.
Excuse me.
Not so fast. I'd like your personal details, please.
Huh? What for?
In the event of an accident, it would help us to know where to send the body.
Look, is this really necessary? I came in here to talk to Rosso.
Why did you not say?
Have you had any reports concerning a suspicious clown?
Why, yes. There was a fracas only this morning. 3 arrests for public disorder.
It was
And you say there
Terrifier.
was a clown involved?
It was
A
art.
clown and a
It was this
particularly
guy.
offensive piece of sculpture
This was the clown.
with balloons.
He looked like that.
Are you in any way involved with the reprobate, monsieur?
No, not me. May I see Inspector Rosso?
He is not here.
But
Do you wish to leave a message for him? I
A
have
massage?
choice of
No.
blue or black pen. I'd recommend the blue for a less formal communication.
I'd prefer to talk to him in person.
As you wish, monsieur.
Is Sergeant Moo available?
What? You want to speak to him?
No, not
Yes,
really.
please.
I cannot recall the last time someone asked to speak to Moo. No one ever speaks to him. Not even his kids. Eh bien,
That's incredible.
he's not here, monsieur. He is with Inspector Rosso, like Laurel and Kitten. No, monsieur?
Hardy. Oliver Norville Hardy. Do you know anything about Rosso's psychic techniques?
I cannot comment on my superior's methods. All I will say is that Inspector Rosso has an impressive record.
He's a good detective?
One of the best. He's a man of honor, with a fine sense of duty.
You wouldn't say he was a screwball?
Not to his face, monsieur.
Thanks for your help, officer.
Lower some of the... I wonder if I can call the...
Bonjour, Kulak.
Oh, hi. It's George Stobart, the American at the cafe.
It's crazy.
Ah, oui.
You said to call if I could help.
Have you any news for me?
Well, I haven't had a lot of luck.
It'd be
You found nothing.
the storyline
No.
on which
Yes,
game, Alex?
I'm very busy right now. Call me if you have any news, okay?
Oh. Yeah, I guess.
Adieu, monsieur.
Yeah, see ya.
Which game, Alex? I'm brain dead right now. Okay, can't double click to move faster. Figured I'd try it. Oh, Kill the Justice League. I'll probably grab it when it's on like extreme sale at some point. Oh, can I? It looks like I can right click to move faster. You got anything you just say?
Excuse me. Yes.
Nope.
See you later, Sergeant. I examined the jagged glass remaining in the window. The blast had blown... I considered straightening the tape. I contemplated crawl... The leading article referred to the visit of a Nobel Prize winner from some unpronounceable Eastern European state. That was the only news story. The rest was rumor, gossip, and sensationalism. Then I noticed the writing at the foot of the page. It read Salah ad-Din, 1345.
What? Okay. Yeah, I already know that. Okay. Yeah, I mean, that's pretty standard. Okay, yeah, well, that's pretty standard. Over here I can go. Can't do anything with the manhole. Okay, so if I right click after.
Hey, you! Would you like to read my...
I haven't got time to read.
You could read it on your lunch.
10 minutes is all I get. He'd have me on a drip, so I did.
Oh, take the newspaper and quit complaining.
Bah! Look at this. Damn bleeding heart liberals.
I can't get away from
Shut
politics, can I?
Save the dolphins. Catch them and eat them, I say.
Man.
All that fuss over a bunch of fish.
Time hasn't changed in 20 years,
that's
has
like
it?
Look at the size of those. Like champagne bottle corks, no? Ah, what's this? Saladin running in the Prix de l'Arc de Triomphe.
It's a racehorse?
A horse? A legend. Bucephalus reborn, mon ami. Like a streak of lightning she is. Do me a favor, what? I'm off to put some money on that nag.
What about your toolbox?
Stuff it. Help yourself.
Boom. Okay, we'll wander off so I can. Yep.
I'd found just what I wanted.
Alright.
I lifted the cover to reveal what smelt like the entrance to a sewer.
You think? Found the nose.
As I picked up the plastic ball, I realized it was intended to be worn. It was the clown's red nose.
Yeah, well, can't win them all.
I scooped up the sodden tissue. It was cold and greasy, like breakfast leftovers. I took hold of the scrap of material and unsnagged it from the spike. Hi there.
Hold it right there, you swerve, eh? I knew you'd come back. And now I've got you.
What are you talking about?
You're trespassing. Come out of there, immediately.
That's what I'm trying to do. Give me your hand.
Ha! You won't catch me with tricks like that.
These nuts.
Keep
Got
your
him!
distance,
Ha!
monsieur.
Okay, okay.
You got me.
Now, what were you looking for?
I was looking for a clown.
Huh, ridiculous. Do you really expect me to believe that?
He planted a bomb in the cafe and blew it up.
What? The cafe? Blown up? Mon Dieu, that is awful. And you say the person responsible was dressed as a clown?
That's right. He blew up the cafe, escaped into the sewer, changed his clothes, and came up here.
Ah, mon Dieu. Then, the man I chased, do you think that man and the clown are one and the same?
Well, yes, it had crossed my mind.
Ah, that still does not explain what you were doing down the sewer. For all I know, you are in league with him.
Oh no, I'm just a tourist.
Most tourists are content with the Eiffel Tower, the Louvre, or the Pigalle. I didn't realize my waste pipes were such an attraction.
Tell me about the man you apprehended.
What is there to tell? He was a typical criminal type, just like you.
Fine.
Does the name Plantar mean anything to you?
No, it doesn't. Who is he?
The man who was killed in the cafe. I'm gonna find the guy responsible. I'll find it. Even if it means following him down every sewer in every city in Europe.
Ah, you need some sensible boots. You won't get far in those stupid sneakers.
Fair enough.
Do you know the waitress at the cafe?
Oh, hey, she isn't hurt, is she?
No, she's fine.
Oh, thank heavens. A poor girl like her isn't safe with the likes of you roaming the streets.
Well,
Can't
fine.
you understand? I'm not a gangster. I'm an American tourist.
Ah, that's what you say.
Was the guy you saw carrying a briefcase?
Why, I didn't notice. Now are you going to leave? Or do I have to call the police?
Do you recognize this material?
I am not telling you anything.
What does this tissue mean to you?
Nothing, monsieur. It's disgusting. What on earth possessed you to show it to me? Someone had emptied their nostrils into it.
Perhaps you'd like to take a look at my card?
What is this? Inspector Augustin Rousseau? What does that say? Hominoid Division?
A homicide. I think the ink's smudged.
Then you are not a tourist.
Okay, I'm not. I lied to you. And I'm sorry.
Don't apologize, monsieur. You know, I had a feeling there was something different about you. It is your posture, your poise. Oh, yes. There is no mistaking the bearing of a disciplined man. And I should know. I was in the army, you know. When I was your age, I was fighting for my life in the African desert. How can I help you, Inspector?
Let's start over from the beginning and tell it just like it was. Tell me about the man you apprehended.
He was a mean one, monsieur. He grabbed me in an armlock. His face suddenly next to mine. His grip was like iron, but he did not know what he was up against. Oh no, he made a big mistake when he took on one of the desert hyenas.
Yes, I get the picture. Does the name Plantar mean anything to you?
No, it doesn't.
Do you know the waitress at the cafe?
So you don't want to hear about my experiences in the desert? I fought to make this country what it is today.
I'm sure you did, but I'm a little short of time. Do you know the waitress at the cafe?
You can't suspect her, surely.
Just answer the question, please.
Yes, I know her. Quite well, you could say.
Oh?
She came to work at the cafe 7 months ago. I look forward all week to the relief she gives me when she visits.
Really? So you'd miss her if she wasn't there?
Oh, mais oui. Where else would I find to cut my toenails?
Oh, God. Why? What? Why? I thought we were headed a completely different direction here. Okay, bamboozled. The relief she gives you when she arrives, and it's to cut your toenails. Whew!
Was the guy you saw carrying a briefcase?
Why, yes, it was. Clutched in his arms like a baby.
That belonged to his victim.
Oh, what do you think was in it? Drugs? Stolen jewels?
I don't know, but the killer thought it was worth a man's life.
Nothing is worth that, monsieur.
Okay, what about this?
Does this piece of material mean anything to you?
That is the same cloth as the jacket I found. I'd recognize that pattern anywhere.
Now, about the jacket you found. Do you have it here?
No, monsieur. One of the sleeves was badly torn, so I sent it for repair. Pity, because otherwise it was a fine piece of quality tailoring. It had the tailor's name inside on the label.
Where did you send the jacket?
I gave it to an itinerant Romany seamstress.
Just my luck. Was there anything in the jacket pockets?
Not a sou. You know what I think?
Do tell me.
He changed out of the clown suit and cunningly disguised himself as an ordinary person.
Y'all, you don't say. That's why I found a
It's like
tissue of
I'm up
makeup
against
and a nose.
mastermind.
Okay, let's keep asking
What
about the
was the
jacket.
name on the label?
It was a foreign name. Todrick, I think.
Did you get the address?
There wasn't one, monsieur. Only a telephone number.
Well, I don't expect you to remember a phone number you've only seen once.
74 98 08 59.
You're kidding. That's his phone number?
Yes, that's it. A little trick with numbers that I learned in the desert. I was taught the technique by a jewelry chef.
That's incredible.
It comes in handy at the supermarket checkout. Do I get a reward?
Honesty, monsieur, is its own reward.
Then I'm glad I do not rely on honesty to pay the bills.
Facts. No cap.
Take a look at this false nose.
Aha! That looks like a clown's nose to me.
Precisely. He must have dropped it in his panic.
Unless he wanted you to find it.
Why would he want to do that?
To put you off the scent.
Did I show you this?
We may...
Okay.
I have to be going. Thanks to your help.
Raymond, I was only doing my... Good luck, Inspector. I'll let you out.
Sweet.
I hope you find your man, Inspector.
So do I.
It's actually a good moment for me to step away. I'll be right back. Just 1 second. Alright, I'm back. Just had to grab something real quick. See if we can use a telephone and call that number.
Hello? Who is this? Hi. My name's George Stobart. You don't know me.
Correct, Mr. Stobart. I don't. What can I do for you?
Well, I'm trying to trace one of your customers. Could I maybe come over and talk to you?
No. No, that's not possible.
Oh, okay. Forget it. Listen, all I want is a name.
What are you talking about? Who are you working for?
I guess you might say I'm acting in the interests of truth and justice.
Ah, thank God. I thought you were the police.
There are innocent lives at stake, Mr. Todrick. Lives that you could save.
You're collecting for charity, yes?
No, I'm not. All I want from you is information.
Go on. I'm listening.
Do you know a guy called Plantar?
No, I never heard of him.
Shall I tell you what happened to Plantar? How he was killed in cold blood?
I told you. I never heard of Plantar.
I expect Plantar's a family man, don't you? In their little apartment, Madame Plantar is cooking the supper, listening for the familiar sound of her husband's key in the door. Junior is waiting for his daddy to come home from work. He can't wait to show him the merit marks he earned in school today. Only tonight, Monsieur Plantar won't be coming home.
You forgot the puppy.
Huh?
The faithful puppy dog, waiting for the sound of his master's voice.
Well, maybe they don't have a dog. What do you think?
I don't know, Plantar. I never heard of Plantar. None of this has anything to do with me.
What do you know about the clown who bombed the Café de la Chandelle Verte?
I don't have no idea what you're talking about.
You're cool, Todrick. But I think you know more than you're saying.
I don't know who you be, but sure I am you don't know what you're talking about.
I don't know if you're saying that to make me think you don't know what I mean, but, oh, this is ridiculous. Quit playing games with me, Todrick.
I tell you, I know nothing about no clown.
Did you know that one of your customers was a part-time clown?
If a guy feels happy with a funny nose and custard down his pants, what's the problem?
Thanks for nothing, Todrick.
Bonjour, Kula.
It's me again, George Stobart.
Hi, George. Any news?
You bet. I met a witness who spoke to the clown. And I know where the killer gets his suits.
No kidding. Hey, I'm impressed.
You are? Well, it wasn't easy.
Look, why don't you come here to my apartment?
Fine.
Alright then.
Where do you live?
361 Rue Jarry.
Okay, I'll come right over.
Okay. Oh. I remember what this looked like. Oh, yep.
The woman was doing something with a pair of needles. She was a cheery old soul. The kind you'd walk across the street to avoid.
He sounds like me. Oh, so old and cranky.
Oh, hi.
Bonjour, monsieur. Would you like me to foretell your future?
No thanks.
I'm very good. And it
I
only
mean-
takes a minute.
Thanks all the same, but I'm not superstitious. Besides, if it only takes a minute, that's not much of a future to look forward to.
I mean, am I wrong? Like, I like how you started off. She looked so sweet, almost the kind you would walk across the street to avoid. Yeah, probably. But I bartended 18 years. I did enough talking to strangers. Oh, let's just start with the first.
Are the flowers for sale?
Oui, monsieur.
Okay. I'll take a bunch of those white ones.
I wouldn't do that if I was you.
No?
They are lilies, monsieur.
Mm,
Some people associate them with death.
it's true.
Yikes. Well, thanks for telling me. What other flowers do you have?
Dahlias?
What do they signify?
Death.
Insecurity.
I don't want to give her the wrong idea about me.
Hence Black Dahlia murder.
What about the tall yellow ones?
Daffodils.
Those are iris.
Oh, Irish.
The
Okay.
flame of passion.
And the little yellow ones?
Sensuality.
Well, they're no use to me. I want to make an impression, not jump down her throat.
Oh. I mean, you know.
What the fuck was that?
I mean, I don't want to jump down her throat. Okay, this game has gotten, replaying this now as an adult, it's got so many subliminal, like even when the guy left to go bet on the horse, excuse me, sir, would you mind watching my hole? Like, and just then, I don't want to jump down her throat. Like, it literally has no context to an actual conversation. Like, we were missing out on things as a kid.
Do you know a young woman called Nicole Collard?
Yes, I do. She lives upstairs from me, in the apartment block across the street. The door isn't locked, but you'll need to give it a gentle nudge. It sticks, you see, because of the damp. The landlord said he'd fixed it before winter sets in. He's been saying that for 3 years.
How long has Mademoiselle Collard lived here?
A few months. She's in for a shock when the cold weather comes. Drafty windows, insufficient heating. It's a struggle to keep warm. The only reason I stay is because the rent is cheap.
I bet you do get it for the cheap.
She deserves better.
I thought Mademoiselle Collard was a successful photographer.
Not as successful as she makes out for all her fine clothes. Oh, I've heard her crying herself to sleep at night.
Damn!
That's awful.
Now don't you let on that I've told you.
Damn!
Too proud, that one. Too proud, if you ask me.
Well, I didn't ask you, but okay.
I've changed my mind. Will you tell my fortune?
That should be
You're
good.
going on a long journey.
My, oh my. What a surprise. Can you tell me anything I don't already know?
10 francs, please, my dear.
10 francs? That's a ripoff.
Please yourself.
How does this fortune-telling routine work?
If I knew that, I wouldn't be selling flowers for a living.
You also wouldn't be
Haven't
trying to
you
get
ever wondered
fortunes.
why you were blessed with the gift?
Well, it's a bit like satellite television, I suppose.
Oh, wow.
Some of us are born with a built-in
Shows the age of the
receiver
game.
dish. I just happen to be one of the lucky ones.
If I try to tell one of my kids satellite television, they go, huh? They do, huh? I had the big one. The big one in the front yard that was in concrete that you could spin around to get the better signals. Not the dishes that you have now, but the big ones. The ones that were like, had the diameter of like 10 feet. Most people use them now for like growing flowers or vines, which I think is pretty cool. Really, camera? You gonna do that to me? You gonna do that to me? Let me fix that real quick. There we go. Barely nudge it with my knee, and it's like, hey, you know what? We're just gonna shut your camera off. Thanks.
Can you really foretell the future?
Only time will tell, monsieur. The strange thing is, I can't seem to see myself in the future.
Wonder why.
Other people, I have no problem. But when I try to see what might happen to me, nothing.
That must be scary.
Maybe. I figure it's a kind of natural safety mechanism. Either that, or I don't have a future.
Doesn't look like it, no offense. I wonder if you can...
What can you tell me about this material?
It's a very expensive piece of cloth, monsieur.
What can you tell me about this tissue?
Nothing?
Okay, my bad. Sorry I
Do
asked.
you recognize this nose?
No, monsieur.
See you later.
That's right, monsieur. You will.
Oop. How's everybody doing? Everybody still hanging out? We still
Remembering
chilling?
the flower seller's advice, I pushed the door gently just above the lock.
See, if I hadn't talked to her, that wouldn't have happened. Chilling, exactly. As you can see, I've already kicked back because this is a mouse-only game. Like,
Bonjour. I'm glad you could make it, monsieur.
Please.
oh, I remember
Call me
her
George.
apartment. The windows were so long.
I'm Nicole.
Yep.
Take a seat, George.
God.
Eh bien? And what have you been up to?
I've been exploring
Facts.
the sewers beneath the cafe.
I thought I could smell something bad.
The clown used the sewer to escape and to change out of his costume. I guess he was in a hurry. He left his jacket behind.
And?
I got his tailor's phone number.
You had better luck than I did.
Luck, she said. Luck! Hard work, I'd call it. What happened?
I took my photographs to the editor, but he wasn't interested. Can you believe it?
He told me to drop the story.
But you're
Wonder
not
why.
allowed to do that.
Oh no. I am going to find out what's behind these killings. You know what I think? It's a conspiracy. The police in 3 different countries have kept very quiet about the murders. The press don't connect them at all. They blame them on political, religious, or militant minority extremists.
That covers just about everyone.
See, because my last several streams have been Phasmophobia, so it's been like intense and like because I play on very high difficulty. But this, yeah, I can just kick back and reminisce. Because I remember, oh God, do kids nowadays not realize the struggle of figuring out these games? I remember renting like Discworld on PlayStation and trying my damnedest to figure out puzzles, and you couldn't. And you didn't have internet per se that had websites that would tell you what to do. Yeah, and in point and click games, you could get soft locked. Like Maniac Mansion is one of them for sure. You know, honestly, if you chose the wrong kids, there were multiple endings to that game, and that was part of my article and my review. Like my review of that game was like, I broke it down completely, and it impressed me so much how much they fit on that one game cartridge to be able. The size of the map alone should have taken up the game cartridge on an NES, but just the intricacy of allowing you that many characters who had specializations from photography, musician, chemist. You had all these different characters. And if you chose the wrong ones, you know, it took me forever as a kid to figure out to pick up the doormat at the very beginning of the game to even get in the house, to pick up the doormat to find the key. And we didn't have a source to turn to. Yeah, you had the Nintendo Power number you could call, or you went to your magazine section where you would have like Tips and Tricks, Game Pro, you know, those magazines. But majority of the time they were focused on they were not focused on point and click adventure. They were focused on like the big headline games. So, whereas now, even this game offers you, which I get now because they want people to play the storyline. Because this game has got an amazing storyline if you've beat it. But you really had to struggle. Like, from years of playing, because it's been so long, I didn't remember what I needed to do. But the fact that all I had to do was hand that guy a newspaper to get him away to get his tools. The newspaper was just randomly sitting there in front of the explosion. You know, but back in the day when you had this version of the game, you had no idea. But times change.
May I use your telephone?
Sure, go ahead.
Thanks.
Who am I going to call? Can I call it? No, I can't call it. I can't call you. Let's call him again. See if anything's changed.
Hello? Mr. Oh, it's you.
Yep.
Forget it. How did Plantar get your name?
For the newspaper, La Liberté, I'd written an article linking 2 unsolved murders, one in Italy and the other in Japan.
I can't remember the last time I was soft locked.
A wealthy victim, no apparent motive, and a costume killer. Planta said he could supply me with more information. Somehow, the clown must have known about our appointment.
Like, Maniac Mansion was another great example of getting soft locked. Because you could find, like, certain items like Pepsi or soda cans or coins. You could find certain things, and if you use them in the wrong spot, you didn't get them back. And you needed those things to end the game.
Tell me more about the clown's previous victims.
The first was Onno Bellotta, the millionaire pharmaceutical baron. He made his money from amphetamines in the post-war slimming and diet boom. Imagine it. Millions of housewives literally speeding their butts off.
Was he killed for his money?
No. He had no living relatives, and his fortune went to the orphanage where he grew up. The only witness in the case was his Filipino au pair. She swears he was led to his death by a snowman.
What about the clown's second victim?
Yamada, the controversial Japanese green politician. He inherited his fortune from his father's electrochemical consortium. He was committed to dismantling Japan's automobile industry.
I can't see him gaining much support with a loony policy like that.
Yamada was a man of vision. He was years ahead of his time.
If you say so. How did he die?
At the hands, or should I say, flippers, of a giant emperor penguin.
A snowman, a penguin, and now a clown. You know, I hate to admit it, but this is scary. And I'll tell you what, I won't be accepting any invitations to costume parties.
I don't blame you for being scared. I am too. But this story could be my only chance of a big break.
Or a premature death. You speak very good English for a French girl.
Thanks. You speak very good English for an American.
I found a piece of material near the cafe. When I showed it to the concierge, he recognized it right away.
It's very distinctive, all right. Just wait until you see this. I developed the film I shot at the cafe. Here, George, it's an enlargement I made. Look what that guy's wearing.
Checkered pants. The same material as I found in the sewer.
So it matches the jacket. Okay.
This guy shouldn't be difficult to find.
Oh no?
Take a close look at his left cheek.
A scar. In the shape of a horseshoe.
Oh, a crescent moon.
Oh, so the original didn't show the picture. That's awesome. Okay.
I found this tissue down the sewer.
Oh, that's disgusting, George.
Well, fine.
I
Don't
think
look at
it's
my
some kind of
tissue.
Grease paint.
I don't
Like
care.
actors use. Or clowns.
It's still disgusting. Get rid of it.
I will not. I'm going to keep hold of it.
I found this false nose in the sewer.
Hey, what's this inside it?
The contents of someone's nose?
Don't be gross, George.
Oh, but the
It's
tissue was
La
gross.
Rue du Monde. Masks and costumes. It's a costume shop near the Gare Saint-Lazare.
I'll check it out. Maybe the owner remembers who hired the clown costume.
Why don't you put it on, George?
No way am I wearing this. I'd look really stupid. Besides, he might have had a cold. Tell me more about yourself.
Oh, there is not much to tell.
Well, how did you get into photography?
I guess I owe that to my father. He bought my first camera. I was 8 and my parents had just split up.
Did you live with your father?
Yes, my mother went off with her new boyfriend. I don't mind. Papa was all I needed. 4 years later, he died in a plane crash.
Jesus.
I'm sorry.
Well, it's all right. I don't mind talking about him. He was more like
Baggage?
an older brother, really. Always joking and laughing. Papa always wanted I should study art. That's why I went to college.
Did you learn about photography at college?
Oh, God, no. I couldn't afford the materials. We were billed for everything we used. Paint, canvas, paper. Most of my year turned to minimalism. It was cheaper. I used to go poaching in the park for squirrel hair. The only time I wasn't hungry was the term I did printing. I used to eat the potatoes.
You're making fun of me, aren't you?
Oh, no.
Do you have a boyfriend?
That's none of your business.
Oh, well, okay. They got shut down real quick.
How come you enlarged this photograph of me?
Because I noticed the guy behind you, of course.
Okay. Nobody you I can call?
May I use your telephone?
Sure, go ahead.
Thanks.
Can't. Okay, I can skip out. Cool.
I'm going back out to search for that clown.
Where?
I guess I could visit the costume shop.
Good idea.
See if she's got anything new to say.
Oh, hi.
Hello, my handsome friend.
Don't you hit on me.
Do you recognize the man in this photograph?
What a hunk.
Man!
He's a killer.
I can see that. His eyes say it all.
You.
See you later.
That's right, monsieur. You will.
See, you give me creepy vibes right now, lady. Creepy vibes from hell. She's a little creeper. What a hunk, but then can see in the eyes that it's a killer. Okay, so... New location. Nah, she's not a creeper. She sound, come on now. She sounds like a little bit of a creeper.
The dummy wore a traditional Puro costume. At least, I guess it was a dummy.
And welcome in, Black Tails, by the way.
I gave the dummy Puro a tentative prod, but it didn't move. As I was about to touch the dummy, I realized it had the same color eyes as Nico. The strange thing was, I hadn't realized I'd noticed the color of Nico's eyes.
Novelty poop. Can I pick that up? He's gonna tell me,
As
yeah, I
my
gotta...
fingers closed on the plastic novelty, I realized my mistake.
It's not a novelty.
It was a novelty, all right, but it wasn't plastic.
You just touched some shit. You straight up just touched some shit.
What the fuck was that?
Why would you touch shit? Why did my camera go out of focus? Are you serious right now? Okay, we can stop that before I get a copyright. Well, I guess we can't. This is true. This is true. That's why when it mentioned something about being American in Paris, I was relating back to that time.
Please, come in. Welcome. Leave the mundane world behind. For in these four walls, fantasy is king.
I don't want a
Little
costume.
monkey down here.
Didn't you ever dress up when you were a child?
Like it.
that
I like
remember.
it.
Incredible. You'll be telling me next that you never shared your elder sister's lingerie.
I don't have a sister, and I think I'd look pretty silly in a brassiere. I just need some information.
Of course. How can I help you?
Because, let's see, we got Pinocchio up here. We got Monkey Shines by Stephen King down here, which they're remaking, by the way. Or have remade. It should be coming out soon. Just please stop shitting on Stephen King movies. Make some good ones.
Have you heard of a man named Plantar?
I do not recall anyone of that name.
I'm looking for a man who hired a clown costume from you.
Oui, monsieur. I do not see how I can help.
Don't you keep a record of costumes that you've rented out?
Of course, monsieur, but...
Well, then I'd like to check your records. Give me the names of everyone who's rented a clown suit.
Impossible. There are too many.
Well, okay. So, you mentioned the 90s, so you obviously know your time errors. So, the original It overpowers the remake. Pet Cemetery. I mean, there are sleepwalkers. There is a plethora of good Stephen King movies. But for example, my wife the other night was watching, I forgot what it was called. Well, his books will never live on screen as they do in the book. But that's for any. For example, I've read all the Hannibal series, all of them, and none of them lived up to the book, any of the books. But at least back in the 80s and 90s, the adaptation there, the Langoliers, you know. Oh yeah, no, I totally get that. But I forgot what it was called, Mercy or something. It had it had Carl from The Walking Dead in it. I didn't even. I'm sitting here gaming, but I'm watching the TV as she's watching the movie, and I'm like, this movie's atrocious. But when I looked it up, I realized it was a Stephen King movie. I'm like, why are y'all shitting on him? Like, what was the last one was actually out of his book of like short stories that was actually worth a damn. Room, whatever it was, I forgot. And I never got around to reading any of the Dark Tower, but eh. And I'm not shitting on the new It. The new It has got some good stuff in it. I do. I like it. But is it the original? No. You know, there's only so many things you can remake. And I'm curious to see what happens. They're not even calling it Monkey Shines anymore. This new one is just called Monkey. Curious how it's going to play out in PC culture, but you know, it is what it is.
The clown I'm looking for is a cold-blooded killer. Give me his name, and I'll see he's brought to justice.
I'd help you if I could, but you can't expect me to remember all my customers. You see, the clown costume is our most popular line, monsieur. On average, we hire out more than 30 clown suits a week. You'll have to give me more to go by. A description, perhaps?
Oh, I don't have the cop card anymore. Okay.
Does this dirty tissue...
Let me smell that.
Oh, God.
Bestheimer's number 7 white pancake.
Theatrical grease paint, right?
Oui, monsieur.
Everybody else has been disgusted by it. This guy demands on smelling it.
Yes, 2 cans.
How come clowns are so popular?
I think it has something to do with their unpredictable nature.
Personally, I think clowns should be banned, along with mimes.
Take that back.
No. Who doesn't love clowns?
Yeah, Art.
Me, for one.
Art. Art is a great clown. He's a wonderful clown. He even brings Christmas cheer. Like there we are. There's Art. That's a wonderful clown right there. Just spreading holiday cheer. Come on.
Do you want this red nose back?
Not after it's been worn, thank you.
Do you recognize this man?
Ah oui, he was here this morning. He chose 2 costumes.
Bozo?
The clown and Seamus the pixie.
A pixie?
Very smart.
Bozo the clown.
Green silk with a taffeta lining. He gave me his name as Monsieur Khan.
I want my Bozo button. So...
Are you sure this is the same man who hired the clown suit?
Certainement, Monsieur Khan.
Okay. So I've used all items except for the sewer pipe tool, but...
Thanks for your help, buddy.
My pleasure, monsieur. Allow me to shake you by the hand.
Huh?
Oh, you're gonna buzz toy it. Yep. Called it. What did it look like back in the day? Oh,
what
God.
What are you trying to do, kill me?
You did not find it amusing?
I never saw the funny side of electroshock
See,
therapy.
it doesn't look as much like
It is
Pinocchio
yours to
or
keep.
Monkey
I
Shines.
give-
Do I need a license?
No, but I give you a word of warning,
really cool, though.
monsieur.
What?
Remember to switch it off before you visit the toilet.
Oh, I got a hand buzzer. Yay. No other items that I can scan or touch. Nope. Okay, where do we go from here? We're done there. Let's go back to this. I'm just curious.
Hi.
You're the guy who gave me the tip, aren't you?
Huh?
The racehorse. Salahedin.
Oh. Yeah, but
I put every franc I had on that horse.
listen,
My lifetime savings, next month's rent, everything.
That's on you,
Oh,
bro.
God.
You got a gambling problem.
By 3
Gamba.
lengths. I'm a rich
Speaking of.
man.
Call me Lucky George, the punter's
Shit.
friend. So how come you're still here?
I'm not going to let my newfound wealth change me, not one bit. I bought this hole, fittings and all. Now, I can come and go as I please. No more clocking on or completion schedules. No foreman breathing down my neck. Thanks to you, I've found paradise.
I'm getting a mushy feeling in my chest. But not half as mushy as your head.
What do you want now?
Do you recognize the man in this photograph?
No, I don't.
Would you like to shake hands with me?
No, I wouldn't. One of the real pleasures of being rich is not having to be polite.
I gotta go.
Don't let me keep you.
Okay, yep, they boarded it up now. Okay. And I don't need to go down the sewers anymore, so there's that. So let's go back to her and see.
Salut, George. What?
I've been to the costume shop.
Okay. We do have an update here. What we got?
Yeah, I like it. What are you supposed to be?
I
Yeah, no,
didn't
you're-
hire a costume. These are my clothes, and you know it.
Did you ask about the clown?
Yeah. He used the name Khan. He hired 2 costumes, the clown and a pixie.
Then we're one jump ahead of him.
How do you make that out?
He probably plans to use the pixie suit next time he kills.
Oh, God, don't let it be me. I don't deserve to die at the hands of a pixie.
Don't be silly, George. That won't happen.
Oh, no?
No, because every time you see a pixie, you're going to run like hell.
What are you doing to help trace the killer clown?
Research, George.
Yeah? You have a copy of the clown's yearbook?
I have a telephone and lots of contacts.
Oh, well, did you find anything useful?
Not yet. I'm employing my first and most useful weapon.
What's that?
Patience.
Oh, I've heard of that. Isn't it a substitute for decisive thinking? Have you found out any more about the murders?
Well, it may be nothing, but both the clown's victims visited Paris earlier this year.
When?
The second week of July. They were both here at the same time.
Did they meet?
I don't know, but I can't imagine it was coincidence.
The guy at the novelty shop gave me this.
What is it?
A hand buzzer. You put it in your hand and give people electric shocks.
Why?
It's a gag. A practical joke.
If you ever use it on me, I'll break your arm.
Okay, okay. I get the picture.
I love Ulrich Davis. I love him. God, I still remember Leprechaun 1. Where he tells little limericks. There once was a man from McNass, whose balls were made of fine brass, and then on stormy weather they both clanked together and sparks flew out of his ass. Leprechaun, honestly, for some reason he's never included on the Monument of Fame of killers. Behind my setup, I've got wall full of like monuments, like posters and all kinds of crazy stuff of horror movies. 'Cause I'm a huge horror movie buff, and he never made it, but they were good movies. And at the same time, if he didn't have that, we wouldn't have Jennifer Aniston. It was her breakthrough movie, Leprechaun. Just like we wouldn't have Johnny Depp without Nightmare on Elm Street. Then he went on to do that god-awful fucking 21 Jump Street. Okay, so... I called to sneeze before it happened. There we go.
Time for me to go. Thanks for your hospitality.
You're welcome.
Well, Rourke Davis did a ton of roles. I mean, hell, he was back in Labyrinth. I mean, Willow, all that stuff too, but yeah, Leprechaun. Love it. Oh, God. I honestly, even though I'm a huge horror movie buff, I can quote most movies in horror, I can do it, but when it comes to that movie, I actually never watched it. Who knows? Maybe it's a great movie. But at the same time, did Jason need to go to space? Didn't watch that either. Like one of my favorite questions to ask people when they say they're buffs, it's a piece of trivia I give people. Out of the first 5 Friday the 13th movies, how many times was Jason the Killer? No Google allowed. How many times was Jason the Killer in Friday the 13th, 1 through 5?
Excuse me.
Ah, Monsieur Stobart, n'est-ce pas?
That's correct. You remember me.
The retention of such data is part of my duty as a gendarme. That is how crime is fought, through attention to detail, not intuition.
Yes, sure.
Oh, okay. You never watched any of them? That makes sense. Alex, you ain't cheating because you heard me talk about this before, right? But yeah, out of the first 5, he was only the killer in 3 of them. The first one, first Friday the 13th ever, was his mom. Part 5, it was a clone killer. He was just a fan of Jason, and so only 2, 3, and 4 was Jason the Killer. And it wasn't until Part 3 that he received the hockey mask. In Part 2, he wore a corn sack.
Do you know a man named Khan? He's a shifty-looking guy with a scar on his left cheek.
No, monsieur. Has this man any connection with the bombing of the cafe?
Yes. I believe Khan was the name he used when he hired the clown costume. Is Rosso here?
Yes, he is. You wish to speak to him?
Yes, I do.
One moment, monsieur. Stobart is here to see you, monsieur.
Did he say what it was about?
No, monsieur.
Very well.
God, how much times have changed. Look at that. How it used to look.
Hi, Inspector. Remember me?
But of course, Mr. Stobart. My mind is a well-ordered faculty. A mental classification system that's the envy of the bibliothèque.
George looked like a zombie.
No tricks, mark you, monsieur. Just exercise. Just as our muscles waste through inactivity, so our minds decay. But there is no need. If only people would learn to exercise their wits daily.
If he was trying to impress me, it worked. He was pompous and patronizing, but he had style.
Eh bien, if you called about the bombing, you're too late.
Oh,
Investigations have been
I fully
closed,
agree.
but I've been taken off the case.
What about the murderer, the dead guy?
It is
I was talking
out
about that
of my
earlier.
hands.
Is that even though I can hit tab and pull up this old, what it looked like, I mean, obviously not this, but everything else, this is the retro, but that ain't what it looked like. That, and they even put out a remaster on PC, which I own 1 through 5 and all episodes of 5. That was still not too much of a step up. This has been incredible so far, you know, just nostalgia wise. The only thing I don't like, and I'm sure it's coming through on stream because it's coming through my headset, I like the fact that there's, you know, vocal audio now when they speak, but it sounds like they're talking through a tunnel. Like, that part I don't like.
Don't you want to know what I found out about the killer?
I told you, monsieur, the case is closed. I have washed my hands of the whole affair.
Then I'll have to continue my investigations without your help.
No, you must forget the business of the clown completely. Go back to being an ordinary tourist, Stobard.
Did you find out the ID of the guy who was killed in the explosion?
I already knew who he was.
I heard that the bomb victim's name was Plantar.
Your sources are reliable.
He was a big shot at the Treasury, wasn't he?
I agree.
Maybe that's why you've been taken off the case.
I'm sorry, monsieur. I cannot comment.
I obviously haven't gotten far enough in this one because stream's been going just short of 2 hours now. And I don't know if this one's going to do the same thing. I hope it doesn't. I hope it stays true to the original. But yeah, and I also think they remastered 2 and 3 as well, which I'll eventually get to. But again, I was just doom scrolling Steam to see if there was anything I was interested in purchasing. And out of all, you name it, from even Maniac Mansion on Steam to all the Monkey Islands, Sam and Max. You think out all the point-and-click adventure games I have, it would have suggested this game to me. It didn't. I just saw what I was doom scrolling. I was like, what is it? Are you serious? Because I really didn't even have a plan on streaming tonight. I've been on a kick the past few nights of doing Phasmophobia. But I saw this and I was like, man, are you kidding? Nostalgia galore, let's do it. So I'm hoping they don't alter it too much. I'm hoping they keep a pretty strong significance to the original.
What was that psycho detective business you did in the cafe?
It is my theory that the passions evoked in violent crimes create ripples in the ether, invisible to all but the possessor of a highly developed and receptive mind.
I'm impressed. Can you bend spoons, too?
I didn't think a man of your obvious intelligence would stoop to mockery.
I'm not mocking. I've had personal experience of the power of the mind. I used to get ignored at parties until I read a book that changed my life.
What was the book?
Really?
Yeah, what was the book?
What was it called?
Hypnotism for Fun and Profit. He looked at me as if I'd farted at a funeral.
The power of mesmerism is a rare gift, not a party trick.
Look, man, when you got a fart, you got a fart.
You're not going to try any of that psychic interrogation on me, are you?
Do you find the thought of my probing distasteful?
Let's just say I'd rather you didn't. I've got more doubts than doubting Thomas when it comes to mysticism.
Too bad. I think you would make an interesting subject under controlled regression.
The day I let anyone mess with my mind hasn't dawned yet. Do you recognize the man in this photograph?
No.
It's the face of a killer.
The man who bombed the cafe?
The photograph was taken soon after the explosion. He'd escaped through the sewers, leaving a trail of clues behind him.
Circumstantial evidence, Stobbard. None of it proves a thing.
Hee hee.
Would you care to shake my hand, Inspector?
Please don't be offended if I decline your offer, Stobbard. The
Aw.
palms of my hands are particularly sensitive.
I found this tissue in the sewer.
It would have been best if you'd left it there.
Does this red nose mean anything to you?
I'd imagine it means you have not given up your pursuit of the clown.
You're absolutely right.
Well,
So long, Inspector. Excuse me.
What
Okay.
do you want now?
can I talk to the other dipshit? No. Okay.
See you later, Sergeant.
Huh. Well.
Oh, hi.
Hello, my handsome friend.
Do you reckon...
No, dear.
Would you like to shake my hand?
No, I wouldn't. I can see the future, remember?
See you later.
That's right, Miss.
Okay. Nothing with her.
Hi, George.
I'm still looking for the clown.
Didn't you say the concierge gave you the number of his tailor?
That's right.
Well, why don't you call him?
May I use your telephone?
Sure, go ahead.
Thanks. Hello? It's Jo... What? The man I'm looking for is called Khan. He bought a suit from you, remember?
Mr. Khan. Yes, I remember him. Yes, I delivered the suit to his hotel. The Hotel Ubu. I don't remember the room number. It was upstairs. The second room on the right-hand side of the corridor.
Thanks, Todrick. That's all I wanted to know. Now I've got you, Mr. Clown. Now we're getting somewhere. Do you know the Hotel Ubu?
The Ubu? Yes, I do.
That's where the clown stayed.
Good work, George.
See you later.
Where are you going now?
I could go hang out at the Hotel Ubu.
Watch out for Khan, George.
Don't worry, I will.
Okay. Well, on that note, I think 2 hours in, we got pretty good progression, no slowdowns, no holdbacks on finding the puzzles. But I think I'm gonna go ahead and call the stream for the night. Didn't even expect a stream, just decided to pop on when I found this. But appreciate everybody that came in, appreciate anyone that followed, and of course, Robbie, I appreciate you dropping in, and you do the same. You know, everybody have a good night. Like I said, I just wanted to I usually do horror games, but when I saw this, it's like, wait a minute, retro, got to go back. So I will continue it. But yeah, thanks for the follows. Thanks for dropping in, and I will catch y'all later. Y'all have a good rest of your night.